Welcome to EMBR.ACE Education Podcast, where we explore what it means to nurture well-being, creativity, and equity in education. I am Efi Kirikakis, your host, and today we're thrilled to welcome a guest who embodies all three: a young educator, language innovator, and creative entrepreneur. Not to mention a digital nomad, a fellow digital nomad, Chrysanthi Polyzogopoulou, founder of italianonline. In this episode, we'll talk about how creativity fuels well-being, how Chrysanthi builds meaningful relationships with her students, and what keeps her inspired as a founder and a teacher. Chrysanthi, welcome. Really happy to have you with us today.
I'm very happy to be here. Thank you for the invitation.
Before we continue, let me say a few words about you. So Chrysanthi Polyzogopoulou is the founder, as I said before, of italianonline.io. This is an online platform that brings Italian language and culture to life through creative, human-centered learning. Chrysanthi has a background in education and a deep love for languages. She is now learning Vietnamese, if I'm not mistaken. She designs learning experiences that celebrate curiosity, self-expression, and connection. Chrysanthi has also created a vibrant online space for learning Italian that goes far beyond grammar and vocabulary. It's about culture, it's about joy. And as a young educator and edupreneur, as we say in Your Learning Power, she's redefining what online language learning can feel like: authentic, playful, and well-being oriented. So Chrysanthi, I'm really, really happy to have you with us today. I got to know Chrysanthi I remember the first time I got to know you through the training, Your Learning Power. And back then it was obvious that you were up to great things. So since we're talking about well-being, what does it mean to you as a young educator and a founder?
Okay, so for me, well-being is to be happy when you teach, because our job is to teach. So for me, well-being is teach with joy, being happy, and not seeing it as a chore, but as something that you're doing with passion, with love. This is well-being. Teaching with joy, with real happiness for what you do.
Joy in teaching as a construct was mentioned this year by Deborah Suarez, the president of TESOL International. And I'm really happy that you mentioned it as well, Chrysanthi, because it's not an easy thing to maintain. So I'm really wondering, how do you personally maintain a sense of well-being while balancing creativity and a busy daily life?
Yes, I actually have some, let's say, small rituals that are not only are personal, but help me in my professional day as well. For example, when I wake up, I always do this. Even if I'm late, even if I'm running late, I always take 5 deep breaths when I wake up. This, let's say, calibrates my parasympathetic system. So I set positively my day. So even if I run late, or I don't know, I always do that. And something else is that in the past, given that I work from home, sometimes when you work from home, or when you work online, not only from home, you can't find the balance between personal life and professional life. So you tend to overwork. And in the past, I used to have lessons back to back without any pause, without any break. And I was saying, I'm okay, I can do it. But now what I do is that I always have breaks between lessons. So I deliver 50-minute lessons, not 60-minute lessons. So between each lesson, I have a 10-minute break. And even this 10-minute break, it might seem very small to someone, but it it does work. You do recharge. Sometimes I take a nap in those 10-minute breaks. Yes,
Amazing.
yes. When I haven't slept well, when I'm too tired, even a 5 or 10-minute nap really helps recharge, let's say.
I really love the idea of rituals, and we were discussing this yesterday. I had a workshop with amazing teachers in Larissa. I was invited by ETAL, their association, local association, and we talked about rituals, and it can be very, very short, like a 2 minute, like you said, and I love this, breathing. When you wake up in the morning, it's so helpful to calibrate, to to calibrate the system and set a path for a good day. And also allowing yourself to recharge during the day is so key. So we, especially women educators, are very multitasking beings. We have so much to do that even in those breaks, we tend to put in work. Maybe lay out the clothes or do the washing or something like that. So, talking about balance, I personally don't think there is such thing as balance, but I do believe there is harmony
Yes.
in life. And so what are your, and I'm wondering, what are your values, personal values that help you, guide you in living a harmonious life, especially in such a fast-paced digital world as you are?
Mm-hmm. One core value, I don't know if there is an English word for this, because it's a term Nancy Maleru invented, if you know her. It's called esokendrismos.
Okay.
So
In English, it would be, I don't think there is, that's a novel term,
yes,
incentrism,
something like that.
introcentrism.
Something
Sorry.
like that. It could
Okay.
be, yes. That means that you prioritize yourself, and but not in an egoistic manner. So you prioritize yourself, because we all know that you can't pour from an empty cup.
Mhm.
So this is one core value for me, that
Mm.
I take care of me so I can take care of others,
Mhm.
my students and people I love and everyone else.
Mm. That's amazing. So curious. Could you give
Yes.
us an example of how you prioritize yourself?
Yes.
Practical example.
Yes.
Yes.
For example, in the past, when I wasn't feeling well, I don't know, because I was sick, or because it was I had my period, or anything else, I would press myself to work, to do things, to be there, because I was believing that not being there or not doing something, I would be unprofessional. But in reality, being there and not giving 100% of myself was unprofessional. So now I tend to set boundaries, and I tend to say no to things or people. And
Mm.
when I'm not feeling well, I mean, okay, it's not that every day, it happens every day, but when I'm not feeling well, or when I really can't give 100% of myself, I don't. I pause, I take a break, I reschedule, I make changes.
Mm.
This is how.
That's amazing, and especially since you mentioned boundaries. This is a very difficult issue, a key issue, setting boundaries to protect your own well-being without feeling egoistic
Yes.
or ego-centered. And this is the great challenge for most educators who are by role people who want to give
Yes.
to keep other people well and happy. So, how do you think you mentioned that you believe that this is connected to your students? how do you think that your own well-being is connected to your students? How does it show up in your teaching?
If we are not well, okay,
Mm-hmm.
we can't give, we can't offer, we can't teach, we can't. So you know it better than me that teaching is not just transferring knowledge, but showing who we are. So
Mm-hmm.
if we are tired, not thinking about ourselves, people pleaser, overgiving, or overworking ourselves, this is the example we said. Even if we say other things, what we do is actually what we teach.
Mm-hmm.
So when our students, I usually I teach adults, but this is an example for everyone. So when our students see that we are not what we teach, they can't not believe us, but how to put it?
We don't show up as authentic
Yes,
human beings.
yes, that's right. Yes, yes.
Right. So probably what from what I understand, authenticity is one of your values as well. It shows.
Yes, that's right. Yes. Thank you.
Amazing. Okay. Talking about ideas and showing up, you really amaze me with your immense creativity. Every time I see you, there's a new idea that has sparked up somehow. So how do you keep creativity when you're teaching day in, day out?
Okay. So, what helps me be creative are my students,
Oh.
because they, let's say, they ask things for things, or I mm, I find out that oh, there is a need here to
Mhm.
cover. Um, so my students inspire me. Teaching inspires me, but there is a secret, let's say, to creativity, and it has to do with well-being. When we are overworking ourselves, when we are too busy every day, all day, we don't keep space for creativity. Creativity comes when we pause, when we connect to ourselves, when we ground, when our brain stops overthinking. And sometimes I have the best ideas in very strange moments, in the shower, outside when I'm walking, when I'm petting my cat, or in these kind of moments. So this
Right.
is how to be creative and keep creativity,
Mm.
by giving space, by allowing ourselves to pause.
It is an unusual. I don't know if it is unusual. It is actually the way that it's a brain friendly way of approaching creativity, because indeed it is those spaces that we create among busy days that allow us not just to recharge but also to reboot in a way, in a creative way. And I love that. And I also love the way you say that you're present when your students mention things, and you allow these suggestions or needs of others to give you the fuel for new ideas, to be the fuel for new ideas. So a combination of space and fuel for the fire of creativity.
Yeah.
Lovely. The oxygen. I was wondering, because is Italian online a new idea, or has it been there for a long time that I'm not aware of?
It has been there. Italian Online has been there since, I think, 2006, 2007.
Okay.
Yes.
But it is recently that it's developed into, if I'm right,
Hmm.
into a space like you're doing this. So
Yes.
how has building Italian Online .io changed the way you think about education and yourself as a learner?
I actually, I have been affected as a learner, and I have realized how learners
Mm.
function, not by building italianonline.io, but by learning languages.
Mm.
And yes, so being a language learner myself, this is what this is what helps me be a better teacher, understand them better. um,
Right.
I'm trying to think if building italianonline.io has affected me in some way. um, I would say no, because it's like an extension of what I was doing before. So it is very natural for me. This is why I can't connect it.
Okay.
Yes, so being a language learner myself is what actually um, affects my
Mm.
teaching.
Mm.
In the student, not only in a language learner, in general, a student has affected my
Mm.
teaching.
Mm. I know that you're learning Vietnamese right now. So have you learned any other languages, or what kind of learnings do you go on having?
Okay, before when I said that actually being a learner helps me, I wasn't meaning only language learner,
Mm-hmm.
because I love languages and I have learned different languages. But for example, being a student of yours, or doing my master's degree, or in general learning, or following and being in other kind of courses that are not
Mm-hmm.
professional,
Mm-hmm.
even personal courses help me
Yes.
be a better professional.
Mm.
This is what
Right.
I meant.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yes. And I say it makes perfect sense. So what's next for you? And how do you see well-being shaping the future of online learning communities like yours?
Next step is going more global. For
Ah,
example, joining your retreat in Vietnam, and going to Vietnam. Um, and what was the second part
and
of?
how do you see well-being? I'm really curious about this. How do you
Yes.
see well-being shaping the future of online learning communities?
Mm.
You think there is going to be some kind of connection between learner well-being and online learning?
Yes, I think well-being and learner well-being and teacher well-being in general well-being, I think will be more and more connected in the future, because online learning is sorry
Expanding, is that what you mean?
yes, online learning is expanding. So um, I have I will tell you one thing that I have noticed in one book we use for Italian teaching. There is a part at when we finish every a unit. There is a part that it's called. I don't remember what it's called. I don't remember the name, but there is a part where students are called to close their eyes,
Mm.
take a deep
Amazing.
breath, yes, and breathe deep, and then there is a background music, a calming background music, and they are listening to some phrases and some short dialogues from the unit that we learned. In a way, it reminds meditation. It's like meditation, and this is very innovative, especially for Italian teaching. It was the first book that had this part inside. Um, so this is one thing, for example, that I noticed, and it was
Mm-hmm.
an innovation. Then it depends on us, teachers. So we are responsible for bringing well-being into our
Mm-hmm.
classrooms,
Mm-hmm.
online or not.
Talking about teaching, whether adults or young children and teenagers, I've noticed how much they need um, support in this respect, and especially support to build skills, life skills, right? That we call soft skills, but they're not soft at all. So something that I consider, and I agree with you. Also, books start, incorporating ideas like this. I've seen books, for example, discussing mindset.
Mm-hmm.
And I've also seen a German book having something similar to what you just said, activities for sensory desensitization, concentration. So yes, there seems to be a trend in for editors to incorporate skills in life skills and especially well-being skills and mindfulness into learning. And also, of course, it depends on the teachers, but it's obvious that the learners need them. So I think the learners' needs will eventually also shape the way we deliver.
I agree
Right.
with that. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Very, very, very interesting discussion. So, thank you for being with us. At the end of
Pleasure
our
was mine.
podcast, it was a mutual
Yes.
pleasure. Chrysanthi, at the end of the podcast, let me resit. Okay. So, at the end of the podcast, we usually play a game. And there's 3 questions that are more personal to you, but are also connected to the theme of well-being. Are you ready? Very quick,
Yes,
very
of
quick.
course.
All right. So, what's one Italian word that instantly makes you smile?
Okay, it's the Italian word smile. Yes, thank
Smile
God.
and shine.
Yes, it's the Italian word for bear. It's
Ah,
called orsa. And when I think of this word, it makes me smile because it reminds me of my mom. Yes,
um,
my mom used to say this word.
Orsa.
Yes, yes, l'orsa. Yes,
Ah,
with
okay.
the article is
That's
l'orsa.
lovely.
Yes,
Um, okay. Question 2. If well-being had a color, what would it be for you today?
pink.
Pink.
Yes.
Perfect coordination. And 3, I think you already answered that. What's your creative ritual? Something small that always sparks joy in you.
Creative ritual.
Is it the breaths you take in the morning, or is it something else?
Creative ritual. Creative. I don't have a creative ritual because, creativity comes on its own when you don't expect it. But I have a different ritual. It's not a creative ritual.
Uh-huh.
It's I work from home or
Hmm.
out of home, okay, online. So I have my home office and I have my bed office.
Ah,
So let's say, yes, this is where I'm actually now. I'm at my bed office
okay.
with my cats. So this is, let's say, when I'm feeling tired or I work from the bed office
Hmm.
and I feel better when I don't
Mm.
know how to say it. Okay,
Mm.
I keep it like that. So it's my bed office. I
All
call
right.
it my bed office.
So it's more like a setting instead of a ritual. Uh,
Yes, yes,
okay,
yes.
right. Okay, beautiful, beautiful, lovely. Chrysanthi, thank you so much for bringing your creativity, your smile, and your warmth to this conversation. It's really been a pleasure having you with us today.
It has been a pleasure for me as well. Thank you very much for the invitation, for this lovely conversation. I really enjoyed it, and thank you so much. Thank you very, very much.
Chrysanthi, your journey reminds me of that well-being and innovation don't live in separate worlds, right? They might live in your bed office, or outside
Anywhere,
home when you work.
anywhere. Yeah.
Exactly, anywhere. They thrive together, especially when we teach and we learn with joy. To our learners and to our listeners, check out Chrysanthe's work at italianonline.io and follow her on social media for a daily dose of language and inspiration. Until next time, keep embracing creativity, connection, and care in your own learning journeys. This is the Embrace Education podcast, where we rethink education with heart.